Scroll wooden robots! Making the head and feet. Welcome back, everybody. I thought I'd get back to finishing my build of this robot here. I'm going to make the head next. Could make the body or torso as well. The head is essentially, as you can see on most of these, we'll go with this one here. It's just a 1-inch block. Nothing fancy. I do have a pattern on here for it, but since I'm actually going to cut it out of this 1-inch dowel here, which I don't know what kind of wood it is, it just said it's from Vietnam, so whatever. It's a relatively good match for the poplar, so that's what I'll cut it out. I don't really need the pattern because it's 1 inch. I'll just make a line and cut it off, then find the center and drill a hole through. There's a few different ways we can go with the head. Like this one, I just glue circles on the side for ears. My daughter liked smiley and sad faces, so you can spin it around and make it, a different expression. Personally, I like this one the best, where I just kind of drilled through, made ears with a dowel and a circle on it. But so anyway, I'll get it cut off and drill a hole through it, and we'll be right back. Here's my 1-inch block. Just make a couple lines, crisscross, and find your center, drill your hole. Erase that or sand it off later. Because this isn't a complex mechanism, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I got the hole drilled through the head this way. Which, the grain is going like this. That's the way I like the head to be. But I'm also going to put ears on the side, so I just made another cross to make another center drill. I'm going to drill the same side, so because I have the same size dowel then. Alright, so with the head cut out, I got my pattern here for different head accessories. I'm going to go with that style more. So I'll be doing, let's see, those two for the ears, and that'll be kind of the eyes and nose will be those two in that one. So I'll get that cut out. I know my plan calls for a 1/4 inch piece of wood, but that seems kind of thick for this. I just kind of went through my scrap bin and pulled out some wood. Some wood works better than others for cutting smaller stuff like that, but I think this will be fine. Honestly, I think it's pine, to be honest. There's a higher quality pine you can get for like furniture and stuff building. Otherwise, I got a variety of other shapes and sizes of wood, and this one's thicker and it's oak. That was in my scrap bin, so I'm going to use that for the feet later. A little thicker, heavier feet will help it stand in different positions. All right. So with the smaller parts like this, you always want to drill out what you're going to drill out first. Like this is for the top of the head. It could be a square or a circle. I'm going to go with a circle. There's a light dotted line. Once again, these are 3/16 to match the dowel I'm using. They're relatively tight fit. So I may have to, maybe I'll loosen the hole a little bit on the top of the head for the head to pivot better, but maybe not. That all loosens in time. And likewise, I'll drill those with the smallest bit I have on the other side of the mouth and cut the line before cutting out the mouth. Okay, so you can see with this, I drilled the 2 small holes. These circles for the ears are kind of too small, so I'm going to cut them out a little bigger on the outside of the line. See how it comes out. You can always make something different too. Obviously, with the head, it's all decoration, so you can kind of do whatever you want. I'll get these cut out here. Oh shoot. right, so cutting the pieces out, it proved a little more difficult than I expected to cut the pine out. It was kind of too soft and it was hard to cut straight and turn the corners. It was just cut too easily. Which usually isn't a problem when you scroll saw, but I usually don't scroll saw pine. But it looks like I can salvage the eyes, the mouth, and I think the nose will work too. Kind of came out kind of small, but I'll kind of glue those together in there one at a time. I'll try and get the nose so it's on its end like so. Not sure why it kind of came out different colors, but that's fine. So it'll be kind of like that. The pieces for the ears were too weak, and I couldn't. When I tried to sand them, they crushed. The top just came out too crooked. So, well, while the head was drying, I took a little break from working on the head. You know, that actually will come out kind of cute. And cut out the feet. Just basic rectangle. You know, use whatever wood you want. I'm using oak here to be a little heavier. If you want it to be able to lean back more, make it longer this way. You can do whatever you want with the foot, but I have a basic pattern here. This will essentially be glued on, you know, right and left, like so. I did take my knife here and just kind of score the inner lines into the wood so I have a guide of where to glue it. We'll just put a little glue on the foot. A little more than that. Yeah, it was a little cheap here. Just don't want it to squirt out all over the place when I put it in place. So it's kind of hard to see where I made that line now, but just gonna try to square it off a bit. Just try to keep them symmetrical. Apparently if you adjust too much, it just makes it worse. There we go. Do the other one. Just let them glue up. You do have to match the right and left feet to the right and left of the legs, because they're going to be about that close together. You can see on the finished units. Back to the head. I went back and I cut these out of some cherry wood, which is a little easier to drain and work with. That'll be the top. We don't have a torso yet, so we don't have to worry about that piece. That'll be the neck. The doll I have right now happens to be a oak one, and there's really no give in it, so I just cut a piece off, stuck it in the drill press, and sanded it till the parts fit. So we're going to just pound that in the side of the head. Oh, well, that seems to do all right. Then that'll just go on like so. Except I'm going to pound that out a little bit more. I want the ear to stick out a little more. I'm going to have to go from the other side with a nail or something. I'm going to just push it in that far or so. The other side about the same thing. Let's put it the other way. Oh, that's fine. Then once I slide my pieces on, I'll decide about where I want it. You don't have to glue these. Something like that. I might leave them stick out a little further. I'll just slide it on here. Oh, that one's a little too tight. So let's see here. Maybe a little more. Too much. So just tweak it around until you get to where you don't want it. There. If you push them in too far and you block your hole here, you can always run the drill through there a couple more times. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'll just trim that one off a little bit. That one's, get them about the same length. Just go in the drill. All right. So that's the head, the feet. Will be the top of the head here. This will feel like there. But that's going to conclude this particular video. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, plans are available at japlans.com.